welcome back to my channel. My name is T and I love all things skin and beauty, and today we're doing another mix with black owned products because your girl needs to use her makeup collection and your girl doesn't need any more blushes. So we have some Pat McGrath pulled out, we have some Danessa Myricks, some Javia's Place, obviously a mix and a sprinkle of some discontinued products, because just because it's discontinued, you did spend your coin and you need to show your makeup collection some love. So that's what we're doing today. If you are also watching me in the back as you're getting ready, or if you're decluttering, or if you're doing anything, definitely I hope that this is, my videos are inspirational for everyone to just use their collection. You don't need to buy all of the new releases that are coming out like hotcakes, but what you can do is try to show your makeup collection some love, and that's what we're doing today. So without further ado, let's get into this. Get ready with me. Which, by the way, speaking of, buying, I did get these and I am obsessed with just eyeglasses and chains. Like, these are so cute. I might have to collect a couple, but this is not makeup related, but it's something that I am interested in and just into, especially earrings and things like that. So also my nails are from Kiss. It's the Impress line. It is part of the Wicked collection. I don't know which name it is, but I got this from Ulta. I am a press girly type of girl. I don't do any of the whole gel or acrylic or be at the salon. I am a lazy girl, which means I'm a lazy natural. I think the most thing that I really do in the beauty space, at least like in my routine, I don't know if I do a lot, but like skincare is my thing. And sometimes I can use a lot of products when it comes to makeup, but other than that, I am a lazy kind of girl. So if you're also interested in these things, then definitely subscribe, hit a like, comment if this is inspirational for you in this video. But again, without further ado, let's get into this. Get ready with me. I do have a couple of things that I definitely want to try out. Some of them are my stash, my try and trues. And I don't think I have any new things right now except for this palette, which this is from Spellcast Beauty. It is a brand under Notoriously Morbid that I do want to play with. So we're going to do this. We're going to use this eyeshadow palette, and this is the only thing that is probably most likely not black owned. Pretty much eye stuff is probably not black owned, but then again, I also want to play with Danessa Myricks, but I also want to play with this palette. Let's actually look at this palette because I forgot how it looks. Okay, so it looks like this. We could do like a quick and easy look with this, I think. They do have a matte shade that's right here that has some sparkles. So I don't know how I feel about, how I feel about those mattes if you've watched me for some time now. Ooh, but like this shade right here is kind of interesting. I like that shade. I don't think any of Spellcast Beauty really has like, I mean, they have like great, like, special, amazing shades, but as far as like multi-chromes or iridescence, I only see maybe this one being a multi-chrome or a duochrome. Everything else is pretty much just like shimmers or satins and mattes, which they look satin, but sometimes these palettes be playing with you, and then you realize it's a shimmer. So we're going to play with that today. So I'm excited because I waited since, well, I ordered this in September and it just came like a week ago. I love you, the touristy Barbie. I do. I understand you're an indie makeup brand. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time. But yeah. All right, first things first, I'm going in with the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Tint. I'm in the shade 8.5. Everything that I use will be in the description box below. I've been also trying to link some brushes. So I'll see if this brush that I'm using from IT Cosmetics is available. But, you know, it's one of their little special brushes that they always come out with. But I am just continuing to hit pan on this. So I'm going to also take a look at my stash of, you know, backups and see if I already have this as a backup in the shade that I'm currently using right now, because I might need to place another order, because the other shade that I have is shade 9, and that's kind of too like deep for me, which I'm glad that they that Danessa Myricks was able to extend the shade range, which there wasn't anything necessarily wrong. It was just some shades that were in between that, you know, people couldn't really find, which, you know, again, we love a brand that is continuing to improve a product and its offering. So that was great because I was able to actually get this, and I am quite satisfied with the finish because it really does look like my skin, but better. This is more like medium coverage. I mean, you can most likely build it up, but this is an interesting formula because the absolute, you know, technology that is in here, and this is like mostly, you know, just great for people who have oily skin, because like basically if you are out and about, especially in the summertime, and you fear that you might sweat your base out or something, you won't have to really worry about it if you were to use this blurring balm skin tint, because of the absolute technology that it has. And on top of that, her mattifying setting spray also has the same technology, and it's like, basically it's called the blurring balm mattifying setting spray with absolute technology. And what it does is, you know, throughout the day, you might see like some sweating, but, you know, it is able to quickly absorb that. And so your base feels or looks like you didn't really sweat at all. It's very interesting, especially the spray, because like when you like spray it, you do have to make sure that you're also patting it in with like a sponge or like a brush or something, because it has some kind of powder or film in it. But I think it could be like, you know, the powder, the absolute technology in it, where it just has like a nice like light layer, and it helps just like absorb the shine and the oil that peaks on top of your makeup throughout the day. You may think you need a blotting paper, but give it a moment, because next time you check, it's not going to be there anymore. I have worn this a bunch of times, even like at events, and it it's just amazing. Your base is on, it don't move, it don't budge, and it's one of my favorite foundations in my collection. So I am interested to see what else Danessa Myricks is going to come out with, because I think especially 2025 and 2024 was really the year for Danessa Myricks coming out with so many things. Especially, don't get me started with the blushes. So I'm excited. So let me know, what brands are you excited for to see what new products they're going to come out with. I'm also interested in Pat McGrath because, like, I don't know, I don't think we're so much in the clear just yet, because Pat still owes money, she does have to pay that loan. And like, based off of the article that I think it's Business of Fashion or Business of Beauty, where she has multiple lenders that she owes money, and I'm still worried. I'm still worried. I'm just hoping that they have the funds enough to create a product that's going to like sell really well, and also be able to pay off some of the debts that they have, so then they can have more room to create products. Because that's the thing, if you are owing like a bunch of creditors, it's going to take some time for you to get actual money to like invest in product and new innovation and things like that, because they're just sucking you dry. That's why I don't really like private equity firms, or like when a company is going to help another company, I rather them like really help. And I don't know how the interest is with like these private equity firms and this, that, and the other, but every time there's a private equity firm, something always happens to a brand. And I just hope that Pat McGrath can get out of that. So I'm really interested to see like how the brand is going to move forward from this, and how, like, because Pat McGrath definitely is going to be put to work to create, and like she's already kind of like gave a teaser with the lip duos, which I'm definitely getting. But I'm curious to see if there's like any other products that they've had like in their supply, and now it's the time to like drop it, because they obviously have to pay off their debt, right? So yeah, I'm just curious to see what other products is like. This had to have been in the making. It's just they were waiting for the bankruptcy and selling out the assets and all that stuff to finish. So they're still filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They just have like that investment with the new private equity firm. But again, like they still owe like that private equity firm and other lenders too. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going in again with Fenty Beauty, the Instant Retouch Concealer. And this is probably the only concealer that I have, because this is fungal acne safe. So if any beauty brands are watching, please create more fungal acne safe, please, concealers, because it's just so hard to find stuff that's like fungal acne safe. It's a struggle. It truly is a struggle. Yeah, speaking of Black owned, I would like to also get into more brushes. I know I don't need any more brushes, but I definitely want to see if there's any like actual black owned makeup brushes, you know, companies. Like I know Danessa Myricks has like brushes and stuff, but I don't know, those are kind of like, you know, a Danessa Myricks brand is Danessa Myricks brand, so she can put, you know, whatever prices that she wants on there. But for me, it's just not in my budget at the moment, which is why like I also don't have any Sonia G brushes anymore, like the recent ones, because I was like, this is not really helping me, and I have Refer brushes, so I'm just going to, you know, just stay in my lane. And because like another thing about like being really into makeup and, you know, other things is when to say no to some of the things that you want, because again, you don't need it, it's just that you want it, and you have all these things probably in your collection that you can pretty much use. And so, you know, sometimes you gotta just say no and just stick to your lane. Like for me, I don't think I'm getting any more Sonia G brushes. They're just too pricey for me. And also I have Refer brushes, and I honestly, even though they're not like natural hair brushes, I'm really into the Adept Cosmetic brushes. They are like, I guess they have like PBT fiber or something like that, which makes it feel like it's natural hair brushes, at least to me. And it was made in Japan, which, like, come on now, it feels and looks like a natural hair brush, but it's not. It's crazy how they were able to make that work. But I am really honestly interested in their brushes now. I have a lot of their brushes already, and I'm like hoping that they continue to build their, you know, brush collection, or like, you know, brush catalog, because that would be dope. Because like with that, I definitely love that you know, Adept is went into brushes. Any brand that kind of goes into like doing the whole like brush thing, I'm always intrigued by it, because brushes are like one of my favorite things. Like, I don't know if y'all know that, but I love brushes so much. I'm gonna go in with the Juvia's Place Cream Bronzer. I am in the shade Amber. And yeah, that would be amazing to find out if there are any like I'm talking about like makeup brand that's like black owned. Cause like I would be interested in learning more and trying out their product, you know. And like, again, you know, when supporting brands in general, it depends on the price point too, whether or not if you want to support, which I understand, which is also why like I kind of understand the comments when, you know, the news broke out that Danessa Myricks was filing for bankruptcy and things like that. But it was a little bit too much. I will say some of the comments were really too much, because, you know, I think we only saw like a couple of things when it comes down to like pricing, with like brands like Patrick's, like eyeshadow duos, and you know, maybe like the price of like his like foundation, which I think is like what, for $48 or $54. But other than that, I didn't really see much like discourse going on with like other luxury brands, because like again, the problem is that Pat McGrath is a Black-owned luxury brand. She always had been from the very beginning. When her brand launched, it was luxury. That was really the category that she wanted her brand to really be in, would be, you know, luxury, high fashion. So like, you know, when you see her at these, you know, fashion shows and she's trending with all of these looks, she's like really just using her brand. And sometimes she might tease something that is upcoming when it comes down to some of these, like, you know, fashion shows. But I think for me, it's up to you on how you want to support a brand. And if it's not in your price point, it's not in your price point. But I wouldn't expect Pat McGrath to like change her prices, especially since now obviously she has to pay back her debtors too. So like, she's not going to change her pricing, and she shouldn't have to. So there's that. But I get it. I understand where people are coming from. But again, it's just Pat McGrath and brands like Pat McGrath don't need to like give you affordability, unfortunately. Like, it's their brand. They can price however they want to price it. They could price, especially when like I'm seeing how there are, you know, people who brought the new Chanel collection. I know when to stay in my lane. I am definitely 100%, 1000% not getting that. I'm not. I am cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. I am cool on passing on that. Also, it doesn't really fit my aesthetic either. Like, it's just, I don't know. I didn't really like the whole jean thing behind it and the story of the palettes that they were coming out. I'm just, like, I'm cool. I'm good with that. And like, same thing with Dior too. Like, I don't think I'm gonna get any of their quints that they're coming out with. I don't know, something about quints with me, especially the Dior formula, where I'm just like I can pass on that. Like, I gave my quint away, my only quint that I had, to my sister, because I was like, I'm good on that. I'm gonna pass. Sometimes, you know, you gotta know when to stay in your lane, and I'm staying in my lane with that. I am good. That's going to just collect dust in my collection. I am cool. Next, we're going in with Pat McGrath Labs. This is the Forbidding Fleur. It is the Divine blush. It is in this shade right here. You know, one product that Danessa Myricks can probably come out with would be, because that cream bronzer is no longer there. That cream to matte bronzer is no longer available. It's, you know, discontinued. Bring that back, but like, I guess change the formula. I don't know. Maybe she is bringing it back. I don't know, but because that lasts a long time. That just be lasting. So it would be interesting to see, like, or if she has already replaced it, which maybe she did with like the whole like palettes that she came out with. But not a lot of people collect palettes, you know? So it's like, I'm just curious on that, on whether or not, if she is going to replace it. I'm trying to find a brush. Can I please find a okay, this might work. I'm going in with the, I haven't been telling y'all the brushes that I've been using. I just realized that. This is the Sephora collection. It is the Pro collection, the 90 brush. I'm just gonna go in with this. It's supposed to be for a highlighter, but we're just gonna use it for the blush here. And another thing also that's missing in Pat McGrath's, catalog, which, might be the right move, would be to, now that she has the powder bronzers, to come out with cream bronzers. I think that would definitely help her brand out a lot, because, people were already like buying the, the blush sticks and things like that. And also she can extend and give us more like fun options too, because especially like looking at other brands, especially like non-black owned brands, like you see like nude sticks, gorgeous range of blush sticks, and you can pretty much find your blush shade, to be honest with you. It's just very versatile when it comes down to their like collection, and the choices that you have with like different undertones, right, of the blush selections that they have curated within their brand, within that line, and also the different finishes too, right? So I think, some brands can learn from nude sticks, and also I think brands are kind of learning from Furry, because Furry, they have a lot of blushes. They have a lot of blushes, and it's like unheard of for a Korean brand to have that amount of blushes, which is also just crazy to think about, really. I am really loving this. You don't really need too much, right? Like, it's already pigmented, and you could probably build it up, but since I'm also putting powder blush on top, I am good to stop here. And then we're going to move on with powder bronzer. I'm going in with the Juvia's Place Bronzed in Dark. So I go in with 2 shades. I'm gonna use the tapered highlight brush from Danessa Beauty, and I'm just gonna tap both shades like this. Also, I think Sonia G is coming up with new brushes I saw, but I'm just like, I can pass on that. Sometimes you gotta know when to pass on stuff. And I already know, like, I'm not getting those. I'm fine on passing on that. I do love natural hair brushes, but, Refer, I think, has really done a good job for me to be able to, get natural hair brushes that are curated from Japan, as great as, they are. They are just amazing quality, and also at a decent price point for me. So I think I'm good on that. And again, like I said, Adept, even though it's vegan, it's not natural hair brushes, they're still great for my collection. I do have a lot of other, I guess you could say natural hair brushes that are, from Hakuhodo, and a bunch of like other well-known Japanese makeup artisan, handmade brushes. And I also found a couple of Etsy stores that make, natural hair brushes too, that I might check out to just, to support. But other than that, I think I'm gonna pass, because like once a brush becomes like 100 or more, it's like it better solve all my problems. That brush better blend to get my money's worth, because other than that, like hello. So yeah, I'm passing on that. Most of the launches I'm kind of like passing, except for some of the eyeshadow palettes that came out. Just some. Like, I'm not getting every single one. We'll see. And I did get the blushes and bronzer, hourglass dupes, and like they were okay, not like hourglass, but a brand could dream. But that it's good for a drugstore though, to like give options, though I will say that. Affordable options, because we're still in this age where I think beauty brands are evolving, and some price points are kind of looking different in a way than before. But going back to like my roots, starting out at learning how to do makeup, was going to the drugstore, the 99-cent store, because that was the only thing that I could afford. So it's great that they have options like this that are more affordable price point, for those who are still like learning about makeup, or just they have a considerable amount of like way to determine how much money they want to put towards certain things, right? Like everyone does, like including me. Like I'm not getting Sonia G, and so because of that, it's great that we have a saturation of different options. Like we have like prestige brands, drugstore brands, affordable brands, luxury, high end. So it's interesting. Makeup has always been interesting for me, to like kind of like dabble and try a bunch of like other things. Going in with Pat McGrath's Divine Blush Duo. This is in Paradise Glow. And this is what it looks like. It's really, really gorgeous. Really, really gorgeous. So I'm going to flip my brush over that I just used, and I'm just going to tap it like so. You can also swirl it like this too, and I'm going to put it on top like so. Yeah, this is gorgeous. See, I be forgetting I have Pat McGrath blushes, These blushes are really great. Like, they're really good. So I definitely have to play more with my collection. All right. So normally I go straight in with like, you know, powder as soon as like I give my concealer a chance to, you know, do its thing. But when I mix it with the Danessa Myricks setting spray, I don't really see any creases, but I kind of still want to put on powder just to be safe. But that spray, I don't know what is in that spray. All I know is that it's the absolute technology that's in there. That technology is it's great. It's amazing, because I don't even see creases. But again, like, I mean, just in case, you know, just in case, you never know. Just in case. But there's like no creasing at all. Like, it is crazy. This is really crazy. Like, how, like, when it comes down to like product innovation, and like when these brands come out and they're like, yeah, you know, our technology and our patent technology and does this and it does that, I'm just like, this is amazing. I don't know what is in this spray or the absolute technology that's in Danessa Myricks' other products, but it surprises me every single time, because my concealer did not crease. That is crazy, because what I like to do with my concealer is I spray my concealer brush with setting spray, and then, like, but that is crazy. And you don't really need a powder with like Danessa Myricks' like obsolete technology. Like all I need to do is really spray my face. I love when a brand comes out with products that, you know, makes it easier to do your routine and knock out other steps out of the way. Oh, by the way, I went in with the NYX powder and Independent Tan under my under eye. That's probably the only like setting powder I'm going to use for today. And I think we can go on with lips. So I have a couple of things that I took out from my collection, and these are Pat McGrath lip glosses. So I have the lip gloss in Earth Angel, and I have another one in Secret Lover. These used to be like shades that I was like really obsessed with, so I'm glad that I have rediscovered this. Also, I might have to, you know, throw this away, but I just thought this was like interesting to like see in my collection. Do y'all remember these? These are from Pat McGrath. Do y'all remember? It's a lip gloss, and I don't know if it's still good, to be honest with you, but ain't it cute? It's kind of like remind me of the Kaja Beauty lip gloss thingies that you hang on your keychain, except like I don't think it's like heart shaped, but this is in Flush Fantasy. And I think I have another one somewhere in my collection, but like, I don't know, that might be old. That might be really old. Also, one of my favorite lip fetish lip shine products from Pat McGrath is the Bella Amore or Belly Amore. It is like a nice little like shade like this. So cute and stunning on the lips. I love these. And then the other one that I have looks like this. It's more like sparkly and glittery, the packaging. Again, with you know, Pat McGrath's packaging, but it looks like this. So I have a bunch of like options to really try out, but I might go in with either Secret Lover or Earth Angel. So, and then I also have some lip liners to use. Again, like some of these are discontinued, like Ami Collet is discontinued. This is their lip liner in Petite Cola. But then you have another black owned brand that's like independent, an indie brand, and it's Adriana Nicole Cosmetics. The only thing is that I can't tell what the shades are because the shade names aren't on here. But I have a bunch of these. I do want to go into her eyeshadow palette too. She has a bunch of eyeshadow palettes, so I'm kind of tempted on getting those just to like try out and, you know, have another black owned brand in my collection. But I think for lip, I could also go in with Ami Collet, and this is in Rose Clay. I have 2 Petite Colas. I must have loved this shade like a while back or something. I got 2 Petite Colas. That's crazy how I got 2. And then I have Cafe Tuba. Cafe Tuba might be a good one to do. Let's go in with Cafe Tuba. All right. So I'm going in with this lip liner. Again, this is in Cafe Tuba from Nicolay. Next, I am going to go in. I really want to try Earth Angel again. I remember being so obsessed with the shade, so I kind of want to try it out one more time. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is just gorgeous. I wonder if they still have this. It smells so good. All her lip glosses smell good. Gorgeous, gorgeous lip gloss shade. All right, I am going to go in with the LYS brow gel. I wonder if they still have this available. They probably do. I can probably link it because the videos that I posted recently, I used the LYS eyeshadow palettes, and those are like discontinued. But that's what I'm saying, like rediscover your collection, still play around with product even though it's, you know, not trending or it's discontinued. You know, you purchased it for a reason, so might as well use it. Okay, that is done. And then I'm gonna move on with the eyeshadow now. All right, I just put on my eyeshadow primer, and we can move on with this eyeshadow palette. I definitely want to try the duochrome that's in here. So I'm thinking that I could go in with this shade here and maybe use this shade here for the transition shade. Or yeah, I think this shade would work. I'm not sure how deep I want to go, but this is the only, like, you know, deep shade here, which is this matte with, you know, glitters in here. I don't know why they do these, you know, but here we are. And I think that would be kind of the look that I want to create. I don't want to do anything that's too crazy. So I'm gonna go in with this shade here first. This is gonna be in the crease and transition shade. Again, like I say in all the Notoriously Morbid videos, their eyeshadow formula is very powdery, especially the matte. So you just want to be careful and also pigmented. So you want to do like a light tap. Like I just put this on and I'm already getting a bunch of pigment here. Like, as you can see. Again, I'm so used to their formula that I am always expecting it to be pretty good. And so far, Spellcast Beauty is a pretty good formula to, like, definitely try. It's just, again, the shipping, but you know, I still love Notoriously Morbid and Spellcast Beauty, so I can wait. I can wait. I think next time I'm gonna try their cream stick blushes that I got from Spellcast Beauty. And I think I have lip oils or lip tints. I have something. So that will be another video coming up that we can definitely sit and chat. Okay. So far, so good. All right, now I'm going to tap in to the deep, dark brown shade. And I'm going into the outer corner, kind of carve that shape back in. Also, I'm using the Refer B03 brush. So, like, you see, just like that. And I'm going to do it on the other side. just like that. Again, it's very like buildable, quick and easy type of formula. Like, it's not too patchy or anything like that. Like, I don't think you'll have any like trouble with like it showing up really patchy. All right, now I want to go into that blue duochrome shade. So I'm gonna put on my glitter primer and we're gonna get started on that. All right. Oh my God. This is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if y'all can even see that or if it's focusing, but I can't wait to put this on my eyelid. Ooh. Now, would you look at that? That is just gorgeous. That is a gorgeous shade. All right, next I'm going to go in with this, I think this is a shimmer. I'm not too sure if it's a metallic. I think this is a shimmer. So we're gonna go in with that and I'm gonna take a brush instead and we're going to get started on that. Should I take this brush since it's already on? You know what, we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna take this brush here and let's just see. It might be too big, but we'll see. Yeah, we're going to definitely try a different brush. All right, let's try this brush here. Okay, I don't know how I feel about that shimmer shade. Let me try this brush instead, see if this works. It's much more smaller. Yeah, there we go. So you have to try to like figure out what works for a product. As you can see here. Now you do get fallout. You do get a lot of fallout, so just be careful. You might want to do your base first, but I'm just winging it, like I'll be fine. I can fix that for sure, so. This is so gorgeous. All right, now going back in with this shade, the shimmer. Gorgeous, gorgeous. This is one of the Fantasy Cosmetica eyeshadow brushes in E02. I think they had a big sale because like those brushes were like on sale, and you know, I need me some brushes because the way that I just have to continue to like wash my brushes, I definitely needed some more. So I got those brushes. So they might still be available on the website, but let's see. That was a reminder. Again, Alexa is just on a roll. First, I got a package. I think that's from Amazon or eBay. And now I got the reminder to give Oreo, my little old lady, old lady cat who's retired. She has arthritis, so we have to give her joint medicine or joint supplements to help her. That was the reminder just now from Alexa. So Alexa is on a roll, so I have to give her supplements, and I'll just be right back. All right, this is the final look. Everything is pretty much done. All I have to do is now go in with mascara. I use About Face mascara. And probably next month I might have to open up a new one, because you're really not supposed to continue to use mascara after like 3 months or something. But you know, we'll see. So far I like their mascara. Their mascara is pretty good. It's very length. It gives you a lot of length. And the dofa is the type of dofa that I like. It's not bulky, you know, it's just right. So, yeah. And as for the eyeshadow palette, I think this is a nice color story. They always come out with like these fun grunge type of like color stories. There are obviously some shades that we probably don't need, like the white and tan shade of mattes we probably don't need, like this shade here, this shade right here, and this shade. These are all matte. So we have a white matte and we have like a beige matte. Don't necessarily think that was needed, but you know, here we are. But other than that, I'm interested in playing more with this palette. Again, the only special shade that's in here is this purple, blue, teal, you know, type of, you know, shade here. And it looks gorgeous on the eyelid. So it's interesting, this color story, but I enjoyed it. I always enjoy Notoriously Morbid's palettes. And so definitely am still going to see what other color stories they have to come out with. And I have like a bunch. I have a bunch of palettes that are from Notoriously Morbid and Spellcast Beauty that I haven't gotten a chance to record looks with them. So that's definitely coming up, where I'm just going to have videos just featuring Notoriously Morbid and Spellcast Beauty eyeshadow palettes. So that's coming up. I also have a Christmas one. Like, they came out with a Christmas palette. And again, like, can we also talk about how, like, just because it's like for Christmas doesn't mean that you can only use it in Christmas. Can we just talk about that? Like, eyeshadow is eyeshadow. Like, I never understood the seasonal type of products being used during the season that it was made to be in, to use in. You understand me? Like, I feel like if it's an eyeshadow palette, if you could make the eyeshadow palette work in any season, why would you exclude it and just use it for just Christmas or whatever season that it was made for? Like, that never made sense to me. Let me know down in the comments if it makes sense to you. But I will be using that Christmas palette. I'm gonna use it, even though it's not Christmas anymore. Shoot, outside it looked like it. Shit, we're still in winter in New York. We're still in winter. It's still snow, and it's gonna snow again. So that's coming up. But I hope this video inspired you to go through your collection. Try to discover, like, you know, some of the makeup that you normally don't really reach for, and just look, you never know, you might find some gems in there. I found a bunch of gems in there, even though some are discontinued and some are not, but I forgot. Like my Divine blushes from Pat McGrath, I forgot that I owned, so I started to pull them out. And it's just all about rediscovering the love and, you know, the reason why you brought these products. Same thing goes for, you know, the other palette that I tried in the other video that's probably already uploaded would be, you know, this right here. This is not available, I don't think so, on the website. And it's just the Divine Blush and Glow Trio Amber Allure. It has Paradise Venus, Venus Nectar, and Love Struck. And I used to be like really obsessed with this, and I would carry it around everywhere I went. But it's all about rediscovering your love and you know, just giving your collection, you know, time and attention, showing it love by simply using your collection. This is pretty much what a shop and stash is. And that way it doesn't like go completely, you know, out of, you know, the radar, or it's not a complete waste in your collection. Especially when it comes down to like cream products too. You have to be careful because those can go bad pretty quickly depending on the formulation. And you don't want to like, oh my God, I forgot I had this, and open it and it's just bad. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed the video. I'm trying to show my collection more love. I'm also, you know, trying to, since I'm currently still in February, I don't know when you guys are seeing this, but it's still Black History Month. So I wanted to curate like most of the products that I use are, you know, just Black owned. Some of them are discontinued, like the Micole lip liner is discontinued. I don't think there's anything else that's probably discontinued, but I'll be sure to let you know in the comments down below. And again, I'm sorry if it's discontinued, and if you want it, you can send a letter to the brand and see if they can, you know, bring it back. But I don't know why I thought about white chicks for a second, but anyways, I hope everyone is having an amazing day, and, you know, evening, or whenever you're seeing this. I hope you're having a great day today. All right, guys, and remember to love yourself, be kind to yourself, and love your skin. And I hope you'll have an amazing day. Bye.